Like I did in I'm going to do with the MMDC is so that Eastern region can still be open out to, can be a home that many people can come to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, so I will recognize Roxanne Nelson, Honorable Roxanne Nelson, Kwame Eche Dapama.
Chairman, thank you very much. Rita, you are welcome.
Thank you.
And let me seize the opportunity to congratulate you for catching the eye of the president and getting this nomination. You'll be heading and administering a very important region in this country, the Eastern region. It's a multi-tribal, multicultural, multifaceted region. And I believe that you will deliver. I know places like Afram Plains North that gets cut away because of Dafram River, which is Dafram Lake, part of the Volta Lake. There were efforts to get a bridge over Dafram to ease transportation because the ferry as it is now is not in good shape. So as the regional minister, I will urge you to, in the interim, ensure that you get a new ferry so our people can oscillate between Echi and Nketepa to ease the movement. I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, sir.
Thank you. I will now give the floor to Jerry Shai.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I see on the nominee's CV. Congratulations, madam.
Thank you, sir.
I see on your CV current PhD student in migration studies, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. Expected graduation date. What do you mean by that, please? Which is 2028.
Mr. Chairman, the PhD program is a 4-year program. And I stated that date knowing very well that by 2028 it will be 4 years. And I have to work very hard so that I complete all my thesis and everything and complete within that period. Thank you.
As regional minister, you are expected to spend your working hours in your office and to provide the needed services for the good people of the Eastern region. Are you, against the backdrop that you are supposed to pay attention to security and the welfare of the people of Eastern region? Are you saying that you know that you are going to finish your PhD in 2028?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If you really look at my CV very well, I'm a woman that have combined so many things. If you really look at it, I have combined my job with almost all my schooling. At a point, I was in Yulok Roberts Senior High School and was doing my MPhil. I was able to finish up with my thesis and completed within the actual time. I know I will have to do much to be able to do it, but I will. God be my help.
Thank you very much. Are you done with your questions?
No, Chair. Chair, I have a few. Cocoa farming plays a major push a major role in the livelihoods of the several farmers in the eastern region. How would you assess the current state of cocoa production in the region, and what are the major challenges faced by the farmers in the region?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Almost all the cocoa growing areas are areas that we have our mineral resources. And per what is happening now, almost all the cocoa lands are being destroyed by illegal mining. We are going to apply the rules. All that we are saying now is that all lands that have been touched, or all farming areas, or all forest areas that are reserved forest areas should not be touched anymore. We are going to do deforestation to plant more trees so that we can regain our forests, so that our farmers can have their land, continue planting our cocoa to make Eastern region great and make Ghana great. Thank you.
Madam Minister nominee, there are reported cases of violent crimes in your region, in some part of the region. Some areas including Obosomase, Tutu, and some of these crimes include robbery, murder, and some physical assaults. What specific actions would you take as chairman of RECSEC to ensure that these violent crimes or heinous crimes are nipped in the bud?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you did indicated, being the chairman of RECSEC, I'm going to engage all the security personnel in my region. We have a lot of security personnel. We are going to look at the status of our police stations. We are going to look at the status of the number of security people that we have in the region. I'm going to do that not alone, but with the engagement of my stakeholders, being the MPs that are within my region, my chiefs, and the MMDCs. With this engagement, we are going to do a lot of education. We'll be doing a lot of security education to our people. And through this collaboration, we are going to solve most of the security problems in the region. Thank you.
Madam Nominee, a lot of us now prefer to run up to the mountains to acquire parcels of land. There are a lot of problems with land acquisition in the Eastern region. So you will see that most of them are deeply rooted in traditional land ownership systems. How do you intend to deal with this or manage the intersection between the customary land law and the formal legal land system to avoid conflicts?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Traditionally, we know that the lands belong to the traditional council. I don't really have control over the land as a regional minister. I cannot do anything without the support and collaboration with traditional leaders. I am going to engage much with the traditional leaders, and we are going to also collaborate with the sector minister for land and natural resources to really see what the problems are so that we solve the land acquisition problems in the Eastern region. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I just want to find out, do you own a property in the Eastern region?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, I own the property. I own a school in Yellow Provo, specifically so many.
Please, you ask your question. She said she owns a school.
Social intervention, helping
yes.
government to educate their young.
Yes.
How long have you owned this school, and have you paid the requisite taxes towards the ownership of the school and the usage of same?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Laris Royal School began in 2009, and Mr. Chairman, I've paid all my taxes. Thank you.
You have an idea of the population of the school?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Currently, the school is 674. We have 674 pupils, starting from crèche to JHS. Thank you.
And how many of the people have you given scholarships to?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It will interest you to know that about a quarter of the children in the school are on scholarships. I have a plan that if you are a parent and you bring about 3 children, the 3rd child will be on scholarship. And if you are in the school and you lost your parents, you then get scholarship from the school. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Jerry, that is really social intervention that you are doing. Are you done?
Mr. Chairman, no. Mr. Chairman, if kindly you may let the support team understand that we are just conducting parliamentary business, and therefore words like "I" cannot be used here, respectfully.
Don't worry, you can wait. If you become chairman of this committee, probably you will do that.
Mr. Chairman, that's why I asked of leave for you to do that on my behalf.
So please, are you done with your questions?
No, Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Please do.
Madam, there are issues of corruption and unethical practices in land registration or allocation processes, especially in the Eastern region, where on some occasions you would realize that people would have lands that are in Ayi Mensa, registered in Greater Accra, and sometimes in the Eastern region. You would also have people registering lands in Berikusu, and also Berikusu, also seen as land, and I can see the Ebri MP has cited about the question, or giving us a lot of issues. I know you are now coming in, but I expect that you have the capacity to deal with it, so I would love to have a feedback from you, how you intend to deal with that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did rightly indicate that issues concerning land, I will incorporate the Sector Minister for Lands, but as the leader of the region, I will be doing a lot of capacity building for my people. You know, in the municipal assemblies, we have transactions like contracts, like procurement, like so many other things. And to curb corruption in the municipal assembly, I will be having training programs to build the capacity of my workers, my staff, so that there will be transparency and accountability. Again, I know the works department deals with these kind of documentations of land. Occasionally, there will be forums for checking on them, what really is happening in the works department, so that that kind of corruption that you are talking about on land documentation will be reduced.
Madam Nominee, as the proprietress of a school, you are aware that there are issues of child abuse. There are also physical and sexual assault of some of our children. And it's not just about your school, but and I'm not saying it's happening in your school, but these are issues that you can find in your region and some other regions. As a mother and a proprietress, how would you want to take steps? What steps would you want to take to ensure that our girls are not abused sexually, physically, they are not molested? and also as the chairperson of the Regional Security Council.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With the issue of assault and molestation on our school children, I think the GES has adequate regulation on such, and such individuals or teachers that are found will be punished. And I believe before even the punishment come, we really have to spell out the rules. Every school needs to spell out the rules for these people. And I think I will not take it lightly when such an issue happens in any school and it is covered. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This should be my last question. I'm also well aware that you are confronted with some problems in your region, one of which is transportation. So I'm still interested in post-harvest losses. What about the roads? What about the bridges? And what are your plans to ensure that you have most of these things very functional?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Eastern region has a very big stretch from Afram Plains north, south, coming down to the Kwao Mountains, to Suhum, to Insawam, and down to my area, my backyard, the Krobo area, and the Sojaman. And we have a lot of horticultural crops. I think the major problem in transportation in my region is our roads. Our road network is not very, very good. When you get to the Afram Plains, between Mami Krobo and all those areas, most of the roads are completely destroyed. I will be engaging the road minister, the road sector minister, to really upgrade the roads so that these horticultural crops that we have can be cut into the marketplaces for people to really enjoy. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just a follow-up. On Afram Plains in particular, what are the connectivity issues? Connectivity with reference to communication and transport? Do we have the networks working properly there? If you go to a place like Uabomaima constituency, although it's in Accra, just because it's somewhat a highland, you have connectivity problems. Besides that, do you also have connectivity problems with reference to transportation?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did really indicate that we have transportation problems. And apart from that, we also have network problems. So I will, when I talk about communication, maybe movement does not only involve transport alone, but the communication problem. So I will also be doing something on rural telephony. Thank you.
You said probably that's the last question, so I'll give the floor to Honorable.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I'm done. I just want to wish the nominee well. I'll be monitoring on your final execution of your PhD, and remember this is the House of Record. Thank you, and have a great one.
Thank you, sir.
I urge you to please monitor the school. I'll give the floor to Honorable Rickett.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Nominee.
Sir.
Congratulations. I'm actually very pleased to see yet another woman being given a ministerial position. And from what you have said so far, I can actually tell that you do well. Welcome to the club of regional ministers, former and current, of which I was one, Central Region. So I know you do well, but I think it's something you need to clarify. I know that this PhD thing, I just need you to clarify something which I think will help, because a lot of people are listening. And there are so many people going to school and working. It's not a string thing. You're doing a PhD at the University of Ghana, Legon. Now, this day and age, you can sit in Ghana and do a PhD in the United States or in the UK. It's not impossible because of the help of technology. Either you do an online.
You don't say it is possible.
It is not impossible. The last time it is possible was used, there was a problem. So it's actually not impossible, for you to do that. But then you did say here that you're a student. I mean, PhD is predominantly a research work, thesis and all that. So you can sit anywhere in the world and actually do it. But then there's lectures element of it. You did say that you have done 1 year, which I believe was a classroom work, lecture work. If you can answer that now, just follow it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm still doing my 1 year course work, and basically it is a hybrid program, in person. Occasionally we do in-person lectures. Most of our lectures are online, so I can combine. Thank you.
Exactly what I wanted to hear, to clarify your PhD, that you can actually do the job that you are about to do and still continue to do your PhD and finish in 2028 and get your PhD. So I don't have any further question than to just congratulate you once again. May God help you do the regional minister work. I know how it's like, and I know that you will do fine. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, honorable members and our guests. I have a list of invited guests who are here to give moral support to our nominee. First on my list is Reverend Lawrence Awate, spouse of the nominee. Mr. Kwadwo Jechi, member, NDC National Elections Directorate. Ngenge Oklepeme Nua Anoba Sasraku, Paramount Chief of Ilo Krobo. Ngenge Sakite II, Paramount Chief of Manya Krobo and President of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs. Nana Awo Kosi Otino, Swapo Manye of Ilo Krobo. Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, NDC Eastern Regional Chairman. Arnold Ngenge Awate, son of Mrs. Rita Awate, the nominee. Emmanuel Akumate Okra, aide in charge of communication. Mavis Odonko, aide to the nominee. Shelina Amping, NDC Eastern Regional Women's Organizer. And then Ngenge Naneke Tekwete Ofori Ago, Divisional Chief of Okpo in the Yilo Okpe in the Yilo Krobo traditional area. You are most welcome. And we have at the table MPs from the Eastern region. Some even have the opportunity of posing questions. I use the opportunity to congratulate the nominee. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You are hereby discharged, but you hear from the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, panel members. Thank you, my people.
Well, you've been watching the live coverage of the vetting of the Eastern Regional Minister Designate Rita Akosua-Awate, them answering a number of questions bordering on the expectations that the members of the committee indeed have of her, and also what she has in terms of her plans of development for the Eastern region, representing the president in the Eastern region and executing the development agenda of President John Dramani Mahama for the Eastern region. The matter of illegal mining was quite rife, and quite a number of the members of parliament in this appointments committee asked questions bordering on the matter of illegal mining, and rightly so, because if you look at the